Ebru, I see you. Die hard. Trav. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it is on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gon' murder that.
Bow, 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 bow. It's good, y'all. It's your boy Ebru, host of the Knicks podcast. Sorry today, guys, I couldn't make the actual watch-along. Game time was 5:30 today, and I was knee-deep in some work. You know what I'm saying? Legal activities, nothing illegal going on in the diehard realm here, man. But I had to make some money, man. Working. I am the breadwinner, you know. Got to go to work, take care of the family, take care of my wife and my kids and all that things. Them, you know what I'm saying? So we got a game here. As you can see here, we lost 122 to 115. So I mean, was it depressing? What was it? What was it about this game that that tickled you? You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that. You know, I'll talk to you guys here. You say what's up to Geraldine. Got Geraldine here. We got Cormega here. We got Kareem Grant is hanging out. I see a depressed voice there. Passing drinks around already. What else we got here? We got Kenny Payne is here. Book on Butch. He says, tough to watch tonight. Yeah, man. So I mean, we'll get into it. Let me see. So I know you tonight, bro, because I am. Listen, listen. You see my energy. My energy is not necessarily tight. Was I disappointed? Yes, but I mean, as soon as the game started, did you guys notice the tone? Did you notice just the way that Brooklyn was playing us? Did you see how we responded to it? You know, and what was happening out there? There was a lot of things going on with that Brooklyn squad that we just can't, you know, we can't hang with them. You know, so like we legit just had like the best game of the season beating Boston the other night. You know, so that was a great game. We beat them. We beat the best team in the East, I think, right? Best team in the NBA. I'm not even sure exactly, but we beat them. You know, so we was on top of the world, and then we go and lose to Brooklyn, and all of a sudden everybody wants to talk all that shit. So we'll get into that in a second. But what I want to say here before we get into stats and different quotes and different things like that, we lost this game because of the Nets defense. You know, we just could not crack their defense at all. Julius Randle was having trouble in the beginning. Brunson cannot get loose at all. RJ was standing there on the island. He can't create it for himself. So the Nets just popped up on us, and then they just never stopped. And the Knicks had no answer to create for them. So there's one quote here that I was looking at here. I didn't actually hear him say this, but this is Julius Randle. He says, Julius Randle says we weren't ready. And just judging by the game, the Knicks literally were not ready. So Tom Thibodeau, you know, builds his whole career on being prepared and this, that, and the other. So again, against the Nets, you know they don't have Durant. You know they don't have Ben Simmons and whatever, man. And they still showed up and played like they had no idea who they were playing. You know the ball was going to go to Kyrie at certain parts. It was so funny that Kyrie actually stopped shooting. And I think in the third quarter, Kyrie had like 3 shots, something like that. But in the fourth quarter, he had 15 shots. So Kyrie's out there playing Michael Jordan, you know, just chilling for 3 quarters, you know, and then when it was time for him to turn up, he just turned up. And the Knicks had no answer for that. You know, so I mean, spoiler alert, I think we all knew what was going to happen when we played these guys, man. They just, like I said, they play really good defense. There was a graphic not too long ago where the Knicks were part of it. There was like 5 teams or so. They were like the best teams in the NBA as far as defense, whatever. So they had like the Knicks' best 5 guys on defense and a bunch of other teams. The Nets was one of those teams that were in that group there. So they play really good defense. They play really good NBA 2023 defense. Tom Thibodeau does a good job of getting the Knicks to instill their will at times. That brings us a lot of wins. But all of our losses is because we cannot guard the modern basketball that's going on out there. The Nets do a great job of they did a great job of building a team that could defend against teams that shoot the three, and they like to take advantage of fast break attempts and stuff like that. So the reason why they really don't have that major, like they're not leading the league in wins and stuff like that is because Durant's been hurt a lot. Kyrie had his issues early on. Ben Simmons has been off and on to this year. TJ Warren just came back. So these rookies too, they even though they're good, they keep coming in and out the lineup due to the fact that all their major guys keep getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the Brooklyn Nets are a team that's better than their record suggests. They just never have. They haven't been 100% for the big portion of the season. So anyway, man, you got to give these guys respect due for when it's here, man. So, just judging from that first few minutes of the game, I just knew we weren't going to win, and I think I think I made a post about it too on Twitter. Let me do that. Let me just look up on Twitter here and see what I actually said. Just look at my tweets. Trying to find out exactly when I said. Here it goes right here. 3 hours ago. So Knicks can't defend, can't and probably won't crack the Knicks defense tonight, and that sucks. And I said that at 6:27. That was like an hour into the game. I just conceded. I was like, "There's no way the Knicks are coming back to against this team because it's just the way that they play defense. We just can't match up with them. We just couldn't create a shot. They knew what we were doing. They knew what we couldn't do. But instead of whining, let's just get into the actual, like, as if I was doing the halftime report. Let's get into the box score and stuff with the game charts and things of that nature, so we can really break down this game. Quarter by quarter, the Knicks were down in the first quarter. We were down in the second quarter. Third quarter and fourth quarter, we actually came back, which is kind of uncharacteristic of us. We came back in the third and fourth quarter, but like I said, these first 2 quarters, it was so bad that it was just too much for us to come back for. So and also too in this fourth quarter, like I said, Kyrie Irving turned it on, and we just had no answer for what he was doing out there. So, the Knicks, this is all preparation. If you start the game flat in the second quarter, you're flat too. That's all preparation. So Tom Thibodeau, like I said, he makes a whole career about that. So we weren't prepared coming into this game, for this team. But kudos to him because this suggests that he did have some kind of what do you call some kind of game plan or audible that he threw out there in the second half to kind of fix the woes and stuff like that. But it's just annoying, man. It's annoying that every single game, I see guys get upset. You're entitled to get upset, but it's not like it's a surprise, guys. It's not a surprise that we're going to see something like spectacular, or the Knicks do something, are going to do something uncharacteristic of what they've always been doing. I'm just looking at the shot chart here. Here goes the Knicks. Not really too many corner threes on the left hand side. So I mean, this is basically what the Knicks do. We get a lot of shots on the rim in the paint area. Not really too much. I mean, we missed a lot of threes. You can see a lot of X's there. We shot 51%, but you can see that the threes we missed a lot. The Nets, on the other hand, look at all those made threes there. So they made a lot more threes than us. They had a spread attack also. The Knicks were more dominant in the paint, but like I said, if you put up a lot of threes and make them, then you're gonna have a better chance of winning in this NBA. Just is what it is. Largest lead for the Nets was 19. Let's look at the comparisons here. Rebounding. The Knicks dominated rebounding wise. So this is I gotta mention Mitch Robinson every single time we'll talk about stats like this. 45 rebounds. Does that suggest that we need Mitch Robinson here? We still maintain our dominance on the boards. No matter if Mitch Robinson is in a game or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something that needs to be talked about, man, because like we literally don't need Mitch Robinson. We have guys that can do the rebounding and stuff like that. If you want to talk about block shots, here goes block shots here. We actually had 4-3. There's games where Mitch Robinson play where we didn't lead them in block shots. So if this guy's here for rebounding and getting block shots, how come we don't lead that statistic? Night in and night out as far as blocks is concerned and stuff like that. How come we don't do that? How come every night we dominate on the boards, but it is not necessarily because of Mitch Robinson? This is proof. This is proof that whatever Mitchell Robinson does, yes, it's needed. Yes, it's a skill set that we can use, but that we can't live without. Like this game here, like if we had Mitchell Robinson, you think we would have won this game? People give too much credit to that kid, man. He is just not the one. He's not moving the needle at all, whether he's here or not. And if he was in this game, he would have not have made an impact. He would have he would have gotten his dunks. He would have got a couple blocks and stuff like that. But him being in the game wouldn't have stopped Kyrie from doing what he was doing. It wouldn't have stopped the Nets from doing to us what they were doing to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's a tired argument. I know people that watch the show, they're tired of me talking bad about Mitchell Robinson, but it is what it is. I have to mention it every single time. Turnovers. Both teams didn't really turn the ball over that much, 10-8. 52%, 51%. So it was a shootout. I was watching the game. It was kind of fun to watch, but the Nets they never took their foot off of us, man. They just had us, by the balls the entire game. So though the pace was fun to watch, losing and just drowning like they had us like they had our heads underwater and wouldn't let us up. That's how the game felt. So the game sucked, man. The points in the paint, we dominated. Look at that, 68-34 for the game, man. So we dominated points in the paint. Second chance points about even. Fast break points, they got us with the fast break points. Most of this fast break points and second chance point stuff on their side is due to our mistakes. Not being and not having enough people down there to rebound. That's why they're able to get offensive rebounds against us. The fast breaks, every time we miss a layup or take a bad shot, every team knows that all you got to do is run down on us, and you're going to get easy fast break points against the Knicks. So the Nets they know what to do. They have a quote unquote modern style of defense, and they just picked the Knicks apart. And Knicks had no answer for it, man, because we can't shoot the three, and we don't have too many creators out there. Our offense doesn't open up the game for our guys to be successful. So it is what it is in a nutshell there. RJ Barrett, he like I said, RJ Barrett was kind of slow in the beginning because just for the simple fact that Brunson didn't have it going and Julius didn't have it going. So now RJ was standing on the island. But as the game went on, you see he got 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Beautiful percentages all across the board. 56% from the field, 60% from three with three threes, 75% from the free throw line. So that's a great stat line by RJ Barrett. You see minus 19 though. That plus and minus shit, I still don't get it. But negative 19. I guess that says something for those that give a fuck about that. 19, 10, and 8 for Julius Randle. Didn't really shoot the ball well early on, but he did finish with 43%. For a while, he was stuck on like 20s and 30s, but he did get it up to 40, 43 before the game ended. 1 for 6 from three, that was the problem. But like I said, everything else, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. I mean, Julius Randle did what he could do tonight to help us win this game. Jericho Sims, 3 for 3 tonight from the field. 5 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds. So there you go. Mitchell Robinson, yeah, but Mitchell Robinson brings the offensive rebounds every single game. But Jericho Sims could get offensive rebounds too. So he did have 10 total. He has 1 steal there, 1 block. 6 points. He does what he does there. Shot 100% from the field. Oh, but Mitchell Robinson shoots 70% from the field. Other people could do that too, man, especially if that's their only role. Quentin Grimes did what he does. 10 points, 4 rebounds, nothing else really. He's just really a 3-point shooter at this point. 3-point shooter, 3 and D guy that can slash and get on the inside. He's not looking at the rim. He's not a threat to score it any other way. Sometimes he is, but most of the time he isn't. Brunson had I was gonna say great game, but he had a decent game. 10 for 19, 52%. 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal with 26 points, man. So man, I mean, he did have a good game. He was going blow for blow with Kyrie at one point. I don't know why Tom Thibodeau doesn't just allow Jaden Brunson to just guard the point guard. I don't understand because his defense isn't that bad on point guards. It's not like he's getting torched every single time. They keep putting RJ on these point guards, and it's so stupid because like why aren't we playing Cam? Because Cam can do that. I'd rather have Cam out there playing defense, to save Brunson, than rather have RJ do it because we need RJ to score. Just ridiculous, man. And that plays into my thing of that RJ should come off the bench. Because if he started Cam Reddish, then Cam Reddish, like I said, could play that defender that could guard the guy that we don't want Brunson guarding. And then once we get tired of that, then we'll take Cam out and put RJ in there, and then let RJ get 30 something minutes per game, and then let RJ do what he does. He's still gonna do what he does, but just for like a logistical standpoint, or a tactical standpoint, excuse me, that would make us so much. That would make so much sense. Hartenstein had a good game today too, man. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Was that 2 blocks? Competing on the inside, man. He's doing a really good job competing out there, giving us a chance. Quickly also too, 16 points off the bench. He really filled up the stat sheet, man. He got 6 total rebounds, 3 assists, one steal, I believe. 4 for 7 for the three. So he really contributed. This guy Deuce McBride, he does play defense. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what else does Deuce McBride do for us? He did try to bang it today, but I would rather have somebody in his position that actually could bang it. That actually could create his own shot. So I'll talk more about that as once we start talking about the Nets. Obi Toppin is another one. He's Steve Novak, fam. Obi Toppin is Steve Novak. Nothing else I could say about that. Look at the stats. He had no stats in 9 minutes. He's just standing there waiting for the 3-point shot. So I mean, he didn't make any today. He didn't attempt any. He only had 2 free throws, 1 for 2 from the field. People keep asking, how come Obi Toppin isn't playing? I see Knicks Fan TV. They keep posting videos saying how come Obi Toppin isn't playing, but it's obvious why he isn't playing. The guy does not contribute to the basketball in a positive way, at all. That's the reason why Obi Toppin isn't playing. So I mean that's like a waste of breath to keep talking about that. The conversation needs to go on like, okay, if Obi Toppin's not the guy, if he's not the person that we thought he was going to be or whatever, then he needs to be moved. He needs to be moved. Miles McBride playing all these minutes here. He's only playing 10 minutes. So it's a waste of time also. We need to get somebody in there that's going to help us contribute to winning. Playing against a team like this, like I said, I'll get into the Brooklyn box score right now, actually. Just so you can see what I'm saying here. I'll just read off some names. You got Joe Harris. He had a decent game. Royce O'Neal, he had a decent game. You got Seth Curry. You got Cam Thomas. You got Duron Sharp. You got Edmund Sumner. You got Patty Mills, and you got Watanabe. So all these guys that played, right? You know what the difference between any of those guys and say Miles McBride? All these guys can create their own shot. Every last one of them. They're not all-star players. They're not star players. They're not superstars or anything like that everyone keeps saying Knicks need a superstar. No, all these guys, every one of these guys can create their own shot. If given the chance, they could create their own shot off the dribble, drive, sidestep. They could do it all. All these guys could do it all. They just can't do it on the superstar level. But when you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on the court, then when you passing the ball, they can do a couple moves to get themselves a free shot, and they can look at the rim and score. You know what I'm saying? That's an advantage. 9 players. Just in comparison, the Knicks have RJ, which RJ can't even create his own shot, guys. Julius can create his own shot. Sims can't. Quentin Grimes cannot create his own shot. Jalen Brunson can create his own shot. Quickly could create his own shot. Hardenstein can't. McBride can't. Obi can't. So I mean, literally, we got I can't count RJ. So you got Julius and Brunson and Quickly, 3 guys on our roster that could create their own shot. Like I said, in comparison, the Brooklyn Nets literally have 9 guys that you can give the ball to, and they can actually bring the ball up. They can run offense through each other. If the shot clock is running down, they can stop it and create their own shot. Get to a spot and put a shot up. Our guys cannot do that. So that is the fucking problem. So everyone that keeps complaining about Julius Randle keeps complaining about Brunson, how they need to pass the ball to who? Pass the ball to who? Pass the ball to who? The problem with the Knicks is they don't have enough talent to create shots out there. So when the shot clock is going down and when people keep complaining, why does Julius keep shooting? How come Tom Thibodeau keep running this ISO ball? Because we have nobody else that could create their own shot at all. This guy Cam Thomas, if he was on the Knicks, he would be our starting shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? Seth Curry, he would be our starting shooting guard if he was on the Knicks. Okay. Royce O'Neal would be our starting small forward if he was on the Knicks. Joe Harris would be our starting shooting guard if he was on the Knicks. Okay. Edmund Sumner, even him, man, he could create his own shot. And that's somebody that I never heard of a day in my life. This guy, Patty Mills, is actually out of their rotation, but he was able to get 3 for 7, 1 for 5 or whatever. But these shots that he did make, it was a couple shots where he drove in and was able to create a shot in the paint, to keep the ball rolling for them. They would never without a bucket. You know what I'm saying? They would never without a bucket. All these guys, Cam Thomas, like I said, Deron Sharp, Edmund Sumner, Patty Mills, Watanabe. These guys had 2 to 3 shots between these guys, throughout the game. Each one of them had at least 2 to 3 shots that they made. You know what I'm saying? 7 shots attempted, 6 shots attempted, 5 shots attempted, 4 shots attempted. But all the shots that they did attempt was off of their own dribble. The Knicks don't have that. The Knicks don't have that ability. So, that is the problem right there. Fournier, if Fournier played, Fournier could create his own shot. If Cam Reddish was playing, he could create his own shot. But that, even with those two guys, you're only adding two guys to three. So now you're talking about five guys on the entire roster that can create their own shot. It's ridiculous. And then we have guys like Archie, Ryan Archinato. We got Svi Mikaluka, whatever, I can't pronounce his name. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose can create his own shot. I've seen Svi create his own shot in the EuroLeague. He was actually a 20 point a game scorer in that tournament. So these guys can create, but they're sitting on the bench just for the simple fact that they can't play defense. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. So if you want to complain about anything, if you want to be sad or depressed or wondering why the Knicks can't do whatever, this and the other, you're so frustrated. That's what you should be frustrated about. We have nobody that could create any offense at all. Everybody, when Jericho Sims gets the rebound, he's looking for somebody to pass it to. He's looking for Julius and he's looking for Brunson. Even RJ's looking for Julius and Brunson. You know, unless he has a beeline to the basket. You know, Hartenstein is looking for help. Miles is looking for help. Obi's looking for help. That is where the frustration lies for me. And I feel like it's enough is enough. Teams like Boston, we match up well with them. So that's why we won that game. I thought we were going to win that game. I think we match up well against the Bucks also, but we always let the Bucks off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Teams like Brooklyn, teams like Atlanta, teams like Toronto, they have our number because they have more guys that could create their own shots. And they match up with us physically. That's why we have problems with those teams. So it's frustrating. I'm beyond frustrated with this whole thing here. But since we're gonna get into some frustration, man, let's just get into this bullshit here with some of these guys. Barbara Barker here, shout out to her. She posts this content. I believe she's like a Brooklyn Nets person from the Newsday. So she does. She's an NBA writer for Newsday. She covers the Knicks and whatever. So shout out to Barbara Walker. I've been reading her for a while, when I used to read the newspaper. So I just showing her love at the moment. But she just posted a picture of Kyrie here. So Kyrie says, for me, I love beating the Knicks and playing against them. So I mean, like that should be our mentality. But I don't think that we show up to the Nets stadium with the same like I want to bust their ass type of thing. I really don't think that we show up to the arena like that. Shout out to Joe Harris, Royce O'Neal. These guys play without Nick Claxton. These guys play with extra bounce when they come when they play against us because they want to show the city that they're better than us. So they always ready to have a big game against us. I don't think the Knicks are. I don't think the Knicks are ever they don't look at it the same way. I think that's a problem. Because I mean, that's another thing too. If you can't create your own shot, if you don't have that ability within yourself to do that, then what do you have like to really go at? What confidence do you have in yourself to show extra? Quentin Grimes doesn't have that extra thing about him. He just kind of just playing within the flow of the offense. Nobody else really has that. Brunson has it, like I said, IQ and Julius. Nobody else has it. So it's very extremely frustrating, man. But I mean, this guy here for whatever hate that you have for him, I really don't like the guy neither. I think he's corny. I think he has the right idea for a lot of the things that he does, but he thinks that he's like Yoda. He thinks he's more. He thinks he's somebody that he isn't. It was just annoying. But that's not basketball stuff. When it comes to basketball stuff, man, this guy is on point, locked in, and everything, man. And when it comes to basketball stuff, that's what we need. We need to get guys like Kyrie Irving, who is a superstar player, what I'm saying? But we need to get people with that mentality. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a Kyrie at this stage of the Knicks development. Seth Curry, Cam Thomas, Edmund Sumner, Patty Mills, we just need guys like that. There are guys like that in the NBA that are dangling that we could pick up and put them up, make them a part of our team. Here goes Tom Thibodeau here. Like I said, I was having problems with the sharing here. So let me just try it again. So I was having problems with sharing, trying to make sure that you guys can at least hear the freaking audio when I do it. So I'm clicking the audio for the window here, and hopefully that you guys can hear it. So I did click it just now. So anyway, it's a quick 50-second video. So I'll just play it. So let me just put it on the screen, and hopefully you guys can hear this. So anyway, This is just Tom Thibodeau whining about fouls. So, like, you watch these games, right? I know you watch the games with us too. Do you think it's the referee's fault that we lose these games? Do you think it's because, "Oh, we're not getting fouls?" I mean, that is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen. That is a cop out. That's somebody that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and he's praying for the referees to save them. Like the bottom line is we cannot create our own shots. You know what I'm saying? We're begging for Brunson and Julius to get how many foul shots a game? How many foul shots a game will satisfy Tom Thibodeau, in order for us to do what we need to do? We need 15 to 12 foul shots for all three of our go-to guys. That's what we need in order for us to be satisfied with the officiating. Like, get out of here, man. We need to do a better job of utilizing the roster that we have. That's number one, Tom Thibodeau. Like I said, we have Fournier, we have Cam Reddish, and we got Rose. These guys are not game breakers, but all three of those guys can create their own shot. All three of those guys do something that NBA players do all across this league. Easy. You know what I'm saying? But we choose to leave them on the bench and not utilize them to the benefit of our roster. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. He wants to sit here and cry about the fucking referees every single game. They want to cry about the damn refs. The big problem is, like my man here said, we weren't ready. Tom Thibodeau is consistently not ready to coach as the head coach of these Knicks, man. And I think that's what's the laughing stock of the Knicks and the Achilles heel that will never go away because it's because of this fucking guy right here. You know. And it's annoying because Dolan already co-signed them. He co-signed Leon Rose. Leon Rose and these guys can't make a deal because of this fucking guy. I'm not gonna say that he's the root of our problems, but he is a big problem. He's a big problem for us in a forward movement. Getting us to this point, Tom Thibodeau got us here. But forward movement, to figure out what we need to get on this roster to improve this team, this fucking guy he's holding us back, man, big time. Here I am going on my little rants here. So I don't know, man. Yeah. He's basically saying that I need to look at the film. He says that every single night. I know I'm just tired of it. There's little things like that. I'm just tired of it. I do these watch alongs all the time, and it's fun to do it. You talk shit and have a good time. But when it comes down to it, like I'm fucking sick of the same shit every damn day. At this point of the season, it's like, come on now, it's not a secret. It's not a secret what the hell's wrong with this roster. Let's be realistic and fix the fucking problems already. We don't need to get a superstar. There is no superstar. Having those conversations about, oh, the Knicks need to get a superstar. There is no superstar available for us to trade right now at this moment. So that is not the problem. We need to get guys here that's going to help us going forward. Help this roster go to where they need to go. They go into the playoffs. Okay, they might be out in the first round. Okay, let's see. Let's not concede already in the season. So, oh, we're just gonna get knocked out in the first round. So I don't want to make any moves. That's bullshit. You have to do your job. You have to give your roster the best opportunity for these guys to be successful. We're not guaranteed another day in this life. We all could drop fucking dead right now. You know what I'm saying? And then we go to another 5 years, they're 2 years away from being 2 years away. All those that bullshit people say, man. Listen, tomorrow's not promised. When are we gonna try to get better? When are we gonna try to get better? So I'm just paying attention to your comments, man. I definitely appreciate you guys coming in here. So I mean, Brooklyn Brothers says something about the refs. Said the rules refs were trash. Keep it a buck. Yeah, I mean, listen, the officiating a lot of times is horrible. And this wasn't even the worst game to be officiated. There was a couple games back that I can go to that were just horribly officiated. But at the same time, if the Knicks played correctly and if we showed up every night with our best foot forward and our best roster, our best 9 to 10 man rotation out there playing night in and night out with a plan, to win, then we wouldn't have to worry about the fucking referees. You know what I'm saying? We would just be skilled, and the referees would dictate. We would dictate what the referees do, not be at the mercy of the referees. I'm just sick of it, man. Yeah. Lack of ball movement, but like I said, lack of ball movement and ISO heavy ball will be our downfall. But like I keep trying to say, lack of ball movement. Move the ball to who? You know what I'm saying? Playing hero ball. Who else is going to get the ball to do something? Move the ball for who? To get somebody to shoot a corner three? It's garbage. It's garbage. Yeah. Randall's not perfect. Brunson is not perfect. IQ is not perfect. Orange is not perfect. They tend to leave their teammates open constantly. You know what I'm saying? Tom Thibodeau doesn't make any adjustments. He doesn't call timeout to make guys aware of where the guys are open. He doesn't do any of that stuff. So it is what it is. We're just playing behind the eight ball, man. But lack of ball movement is not the reason why, man. If we had guys that when you pass the ball, they can create. Shout out to Alec Burks. We got rid of him and he's on Detroit. I wish we had him on the roster right now. We absolutely need Alec Burke right now. Him coming off the bench as that extra ball handler, someone that can create his own shot and that type of thing, will be excellent coming off the bench for the Knicks right now. The problem is this motherfucker here that's on the screen will have Alec Burks as the starting point guard. You know what I'm saying? Or the starting shooting guard. And I'm playing him 40 minutes a night. That's what Tom Thibodeau would have Alec Burks doing right now. So I mean, it all comes down to Tom Thibodeau. I hate copping out the conversation like that and just want to just blame this one guy here. But I mean, it's consistently that he is the common denominator for all of our problems at the moment right now. Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Mighty Finesse. Um, let's see. Geraldine said, guys, you see how Kyrie took over the game within the flow of the offense. We don't have that type of player. Yeah, we don't have the type of player, but like I said, Geraldine, man, look at these guys. They have 9 guys that can create their own shot. I can give the ball to Joe Harris and he can create it. He can create his own shot. I can give the ball to Royce O'Neal. He can create his own shot. With to a degree. He's not like Kyrie level, but given the ball, he can do something to get himself a shot. Okay, Seth Curry is as well. You know, he's not. Seth Curry is not. Stephen Curry. He's not a superstar like his brother, but he still can create his own shot. It's not. He's just not a spot up 3-point shooter. Like I said, Cam Thomas literally could start for us right now. You know, it's crazy. Patty Mills, all these different guys. We don't have a Patty Mills on our team. If you want to say it's IQ, but they have several IQs on that team. Pat, if you want to call Patty Mills IQ, Edmund Sumner's IQ, Cam Thomas's IQ off the bench. They have several players on their roster that is like IQ. You know, Seth Curry. All these guys are just like IQ out there. But we only have one IQ. The other guy that we're playing is Miles McBride, and he's a complete dog shit. Except on the defensive end in short stints. Shit is crazy, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into some garbage too, man. Uh look at this freaking guy here. This is Robin Lindberg. Let's see where he's from. Robin Lindberg, senior host at SNS. Excuse me. What is that? Sports Illustrated. So he's on Sports Illustrated. So he said people can say whatever they want about who owns the city, but the Nets own the Knicks. Okay, whatever, man. You might be. You're all right. They've been. I think they beat the Knicks like several times in a row already. So I mean, that might be the case. They've consistently been better than the Knicks since they've been in Brooklyn. Okay, cool. But I just want you to see his homepage here. Look, what do you see here? Anything that you see here that's alarming to you right off the bat here? I see Jada Kiss here. Whatever else you want to say there, but I know I see Jada Kiss there. So I don't want to say it, but you guys can read between the lines what I have to say there. That person is in his Twitter what do you call banner there. So it is what it is. So I'm not even going to say much more about that. Check out these quotes here. Jalen Rose said, "Brooklyn's own Jay Z told you right off the bat there. Bunch of fucking clown shit. All these guys are not from New York. They wish they were from New York. You can see he has the fake hairline, Derrick Rose, and is really trying to keep his swag up because he wished that he was in New York. He wished that he was a New Yorker. He wished that he did commentary for the Knicks. He wished that he played for the Knicks and wished that he had a good career with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they can't wait to use Brooklyn and Jay-Z and stuff like that. There's more to Brooklyn than Jay-Z, guys. We all know that. And Brooklyn is New York City. Brooklyn is part of New York City. That's what New York City is. The 5 boroughs. You know what I'm saying? So these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they're constantly using our own history, our own slang and stuff like that, right against us. Just all despite us as a team. You know what I'm saying? So he said they are right about they're excuse me, they are right, but they're not real. That's really what it is for the Knicks. So Stephen A. Smith goes on and what I mean, there's a whole audio thing for it. I was gonna push play, but I don't even want to hear it. So he said the Nets said, "Let us show you what you don't have, Knicks. We don't want to go out and get Donovan Mitchell." And then he goes, "Yeah, y'all could have had Kyrie and KD." You know, so it goes back to the laughing stock. But listen, we just beat the best team in the NBA, right? In Boston. We just beat the Boston Celtics at the Boston Garden. So now one game goes by. Now we're back to being dog shit again. Man, fuck all these guys, man. Fuck you, Stephen A. Smith. Fuck the, Jalen Rose. Fuck this other guy, Robin Lundberg. And whoever else wants to comment and stuff like that, man. You guys need to call the game. Everything has to be like all this sucker shit. Clapping on the TV for the laughs and stuff like that. To get the jokes for the Knicks. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. That's why I'm doing my show and whatever, and that's why everyone else is doing theirs because we need to create our own narrative and things like that. We've been saying that forever. But I mean, to constantly hear every chance they get, were they clapping their cheeks when the Knicks beat Boston the other day? You know what I'm saying? Now, as soon as they get an opportunity, now they're clapping the cheeks on the screen, against the Knicks again. So, like I said, there's something going on with the audio. I don't understand why it's not working. It should be because I have it on click so you can hear it. But they actually mic'd up Julius, right? So this is Julius here. He's talking to Jericho, I mean, not Jericho, Quentin Grimes there, telling him to get into space, be ready for the shot. Those are the shots I want you to shoot, that type of thing. So, I mean, that's good leadership, man. I don't know if it's because he's mic'd up or whatever, but guys need to be vocal to get their point across, whatever. To just to talk, so we can find out what's happening out there. If I could throw it out there, the last game that Fournier played, when we lost, it wasn't against the Boston. It was the game before that. They had an argument on the court, and you could see them arguing while the referee was talking, whatever. And it was kind of embarrassing because they were having this type of conversation. Randall was doing something that Fournier didn't like, or he was doing something like not passing the ball, basically. And Fournier called him out on it, and it looked ugly on the court there. But those are the conversations that we need to have constantly. But if you got a player of a Fournier's caliber sitting on the bench, not contributing to the game there, that is the fucking problem. That's the problem. This guy Quentin Grimes, for how good he is, he's not gonna have any input for Julius out there. Fournier, as people don't like him because he doesn't play defense, quote unquote. But him being on the court there is gonna put Julius in check. He's not afraid to put Julius in check. You know what I'm trying to say? So, it is what it is here, man. So I mean, the Knicks lost a bad game here against the Brooklyn Nets. So my thing is, I don't know if I'm off base in my assessment of these Knicks here, but what do you guys think about these Knicks, man? What is your opinion here? What is your opinion about what you saw tonight with this squad? Shout out to Francisco Carrillo here. He said Obi, not even 10 minutes is crazy. But yeah, not even 10 minutes. But I'm ready for you, man. Let's go to what see what Obi Toppin did. He didn't even play 10 minutes. He played 9 minutes and 46 seconds. What did he do? Check out the stat sheet, man. In 9 minutes, he had zeros across the board. So what made him get more minutes? What would make him earn more minutes there? Like, like let's say, oh, he played 9 minutes. He took two shots, made one, he took two free throws, and then he didn't get no rebounds, no steals, no blocks, no nothing. Not even a turnover. Did he get a turnover? Not even a turnover. He got a personal foul. You know what I'm saying? So in those minutes that he played, what would say, yo, Obi Toppin, we need to play Obi Toppin more. In this particular game, after I just showed you just now, Francisco, what would make you say that Obi Toppin needed to play more minutes today? You know what I'm saying? What's good, Graph? Uh Yeah, so I gotta leave it out there for Francisco, man. I'll leave you up there for a second. Like, what did Obi Toppin do in 9 minutes and 46 seconds? Like I said, two shot attempts, he made one. He got to the free throw line, made two shots, had zero contribution across the board on any stat. Okay, even Miles McBride in about a minute more had at least had a rebound. And at least attempted five shots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In those minutes, what did Obi Toppin contribute to the game outside of him just standing waiting for somebody to pass on the ball? Pointing and going like this, going like this. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. What does he contribute to the game at all? You know, it's crazy, man. So like I said, I don't think it was a bad loss, Jamar. I just think they bust our ass. They bust their ass, and we deserved it. We definitely deserve it. See Cormega. It's Kevin one. What is Kevin one saying? He said he should have played Cam Reddish. Absolutely. Those that want to fight it, man. This is the Knicks starting lineup: R.J. Julius, Jericho, Quentin Grimes, and Jalen Brunson. That's a good lineup, right? But considering that we actually have Cam Reddish and we have Fournier and we have Rose, in this lineup here, if it was me, if I was a coach, Cam Reddish will be starting at forward. You know what I'm saying, and R.J. will be coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Or Quentin Grimes will be coming off the bench, and Cam Reddish will be in the backcourt like he was early in this year, defending the person that we don't want Brunson defending, and RG would just maintain his same spot there. That's what I would do. Cam Reddish will be starting in some capacity for us, whether we bench RJ or we bench Quentin Grimes. One of those guys will be benched, and Cam Reddish will be in that spot there. At least for a perimeter defender, because at least we know that Cam Reddish could do that. But Cam Reddish can create his own shot. He showed us that he can score out in open court. He can shoot the three when sometimes, and every once in a while he'll bust out with a 20-something point game to help us out. So he's absolutely needed for the squad. Fournier's been completely emasculated, man. So I don't even know if Fournier could even help another club right now because we done broke him down so bad since he's been a Nick that I think his confidence might be gone. Shout out to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, as good as Miles McBride is on defense, there's times where we need a bucket or we need a veteran. We need veteran leadership out there at point guard. Quickly needs to be the shooting guard, and then give Derrick Rose the ball. Let him be the quarterback off the bench behind Brunson. I don't understand why we don't take advantage of that. We're shooting ourselves in the foot every single game. Like, even if we do play Derrick Rose more minutes, why can't Miles McBride still come in and get 10 minutes? The same bullshit 10 minutes that he gets. How come Miles McBride still can't come in and do the 10-minute thing? You know? 8 to 10 minutes that he normally gets. How come he can't still do that? While still taking advantage of Derrick Rose as the main point guard coming off the bench. You know, it's sickening because look at some of these other guys. Randall had 38 minutes, no need. Quentin Grimes had 37 minutes, no need. Jalen Brunson had 37, no need for these guys to be playing that much minutes. Right off the bat, you could take 7 off of Grimes, 7 off of Brunson, and basically 7 off of Julius. 7 7 7 is 21 minutes. That's a whole player right there. That's a whole player right there. So I mean, the Knicks have the work cut out for them, man, to try to get better here. Let me see, Kareem Grant. He said it was a bad loss, but not a horrible loss. Every loss is bad, but this loss is to me is not no worse than any other loss. Like I said, I maintain that that Toronto game that we lost not too long ago. It was Toronto. I forgot the other team. But it was two teams that we lost to back to back. During that 4-game losing streak that we had, I think it went up to 5 games if I'm not mistaken. We had lost those 2 games in the beginning of it. If we would have won those 2 games like we should have, that losing streak wouldn't have been so bad. But those were the two worst games of the year. They were definitely worse than this one. There was nothing here that showed that, oh my God, this is a horrible, heartbreaking loss. No, the Brooklyn Nets just put us in our place. They beat us fair and square, and it is what it is. You go on to the next one. But I just think the line is crossed there, man, that the Knicks need to get better, and enough is enough now. Right now it's January 28th. The trade deadline is February 10th. We're talking about less than 2 weeks now. We're seeing a lot of rumors and stuff like that. I already talked about it the last podcast. I'll probably talk about some more rumors possibly tomorrow or maybe when do the Knicks play? Let me see when the Knicks play again. Give me a second, guys. Looking at my calendar. When did the Knicks play again? Knicks play again on Tuesday. So we play Tuesday at home on the 31st against the Lakers. So we got some time in between that. So I'll probably get something done possibly on Monday. I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow I think I might make a family day. Might devote the day to my kids on tomorrow. But let's say Monday. We can get into some more trade stuff, man. I'll throw some more extra rumors out there and see what's going on out there in the trade front. But it's just enough is enough. There's nothing else that we can do on this team. Moving the ball, playing better defense, getting out on then putting hands in the face, and Julius playing harder, and I've been joking around, play harder. For certain players to play extremely hard like that every single night, that is not the problem. The problem is we only have three guys that can create their own shot, and that's it. And out of those three guys, now one of them is not RJ. Yeah, man. Yeah, Cam is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, this is all Tom. All this is like logistical stuff. This is all Tom Thibodeau's fault here. He goes man child. Why Grimes rushes the shot? Because he's a 3-and-D guy. He's a role player 3-and-3 guy. 3-and-D guy. You know, we talked about this too when Eddie C was here. We was saying that the whole thing, the reason why they made get Donovan Mitchell because they didn't want to trade Quentin Grimes. But when it came to money, it wasn't just Quentin Grimes. Because Quentin Grimes is on a rookie scale deal that's at the bottom of the lottery, not the bottom of the lottery, bottom of the first round. So he's not making a lot of money to begin with. So you have to add other contracts along with the first rounders and all that stuff to have gotten Donovan Mitchell. So that means RJ probably had to been in that deal, possibly IQ and Obi also. Just judging about what Utah got. Utah ended up getting Colin Sexton. They got Laurie Markkinen, like I said, they got a couple other things too, along with the first round picks and stuff like that. So they got a big haul for Donovan Mitchell. The Knicks were not willing to beat that haul that Utah gave. I mean that the Cleveland Cavaliers was able to put together for Donovan Mitchell. We just didn't want to do it. So I get it. We don't want to do it, but now listen, look at this shit now. Now we're stuck with a guy here that can't create. He can't create his own shot. He just can't. He has the ability to do it. Maybe eventually he'll do that. Maybe in 2 to 3 years, like people say, 2 to 3 years, maybe he'll get his own shot. I mean, we need to get guys here that can do that now. We need to get guys here that can get their own shot today, not in 2 to 3 years, because we're not a 2 to 3 year team. Brunson in 2 to 3 years might not even be good enough to be on the roster anymore. Just judging how the way he plays, I don't think he has 2 to 3 years at this level. Playing the way that he plays. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle too. I don't think Julius Randle is going to maintain the fitness and the stamina, that he has night in and night out in 2 to 3 years. I think Tom Thibodeau is going to blow this guy, going to break him down completely. So our window and RJ too. The window for us to get better, with this current club here, with the coach and stuff like that, is literally right now. So time is ticking on these Knicks here. It was a good game to watch, like I said, just from a basketball standpoint, but of course we lost this game and we just have to figure out a way to get better, man. Definitely got to figure out a way to get better. Anything that I missed here that I want to say before we get up out of here? That's it, really, man. So listen, I really enjoy doing the watch alongs, man. So the next watch along, like I said, is not until Monday. So I'm not Monday, Tuesday. That's on the 31st. Here's one thing about January. There hasn't been any snow. So I think if it doesn't snow before January 31st, I think it'll be the first time in New York City history that there was no snow at the entire month of January. Look that up. That's something for you guys to do on the way out here, man. I think this year, if it doesn't snow before January 31st, I think it'll be the first January in the history of New York City that it did not snow at least once in January. Like there was flurries, but nothing to the point where it was sticking or like you saw a lot of snow for a long period of time. So this has been a really weird year here. Shout out to February. I'm expecting February to be extremely cold. We're probably gonna get a lot of snow in February because we didn't get any so far in January. So time waits for nobody, man. You got to be prepared for certain things. When it comes to the snow, if you have a car, you put your shovels in your car and that type of thing. Get ready for it. The Knicks know the playoffs is coming, man. So the same thing. The Knicks have to put their shovel in the trunk. We got to carry salt. We got to go buy salt and have it in the house. So when it does snow, you can just throw the salt down. You don't wait till the snow comes and then you try to do something. It's too late. That's exactly what happened when we played against Atlanta. As soon as we played Atlanta, now Tom Thibodeau wants to start playing guys he didn't play before. It's too late. It's too late. You have to prepare for the task at hand when it comes here. So I really praying for the Knicks to do something, man. Do something right by us. Help the fans out they're coming here night in night out. Like me, I do my content. Other guys do their content too, night in and night out to come up with new different things to say. Like me, I just finished working 16 hours at work today, guys. I work from 5 to almost 9. So basically 15 and a half hours of work today. And then as soon as I get home, put the kids to bed, talk to my wife for a little bit, and now I'm here doing a podcast. Why am I doing that? Because I absolutely love the Knicks. I love talking in front of this mic. I love being on YouTube. I just love being a part of the culture. You know what I'm trying to say. I just love it. So that's why I make the sacrifices that I do. That's unnecessary, and it might seem lame to some people, but this is something that I really enjoy and I really love it. You know what I'm saying. So for the front office, like I said, me personally, I'm not looking for a superstar because there is no superstar. So I'm not going to put that pressure on them to get that superstar. But here's something here. If you're going to talk about trades, um, one trade rumor that I saw today was with the Bucks. They're talking about getting Cam Reddish or whatever. So it's Cam Reddish and second round picks and cap fillers, right? So when they first said cap fillers, I'm like, cap fillers? What the fuck does that mean? Cap fillers. So let's do this real quick. Um, I'm gonna show you the Bucks roster. So let me just do this here. Uh, Milwaukee Bucks basketball reference. I didn't feel like typing it, guys. So let me put this squad here. So put this on the screen for you guys to see. So this is the Milwaukee Bucks team here. We're gonna scroll down and see if we can get the salary. Scroll down really quick. Bear with me for a second, guys. We're gonna do the salary real quick. It's at the bottom of the screen somewhere. So here goes the current Bucks contracts. So spoiler alert, Cam Reddish makes about 5 million, almost 6 million. So who the players that they had in mind was George Hill. George Hill makes $4 million, right? The next player is Serge Ibaka. He makes 1.8. So right on the money there. George Hill and Serge Ibaka makes the same almost to the dollar exact money as Cam Reddish. So what do you guys think about getting George Hill and Serge Ibaka for Cam Reddish? The Knicks will probably get second round picks involved in this deal as well for them to get Cam Reddish. The player that I want is Jordan Narwa. Jordan Narwa makes 3 million. So Jordan Narwa and maybe Serge Ibaka. That's something that I would do. Look at Wesley Matthews. That's another player, but Wesley Matthews is actually being used by them. I don't think we can pluck anybody else off the roster. AJ Green, this guy here, Sandro, this guy right here, this guy is amazing here. I don't understand why they don't use him. He's 6'11". The guy can handle like a point guard. He can shoot the three. He's only 23 years old. This is the guy I want off their roster. If you can get this guy. Real quick, his name is Sandro. Like I said, I can't pronounce his last name. His last name is Mamu Lashvili. I can't pronounce his name, but I mean, Google this guy and just watch his highlights and wonder why the Bucks are not utilizing this guy. So if we can pluck this guy off the roster, that's who I want. That's who I want off the Bucks. But realistically, they're probably gonna end up giving us a George Hill and say like a Serge Ibaka. Those two guys, there, Serge Ibaka will be the big man that we literally can use off the bench, and George Hill will be the veteran point guard that people keep asking for. Shout out to Zombie. Zombie's here. Zombie was saying that that it would be nice to get a point guard. He brings up Bones Highland here. Bones Highland is a point guard. So getting George Hill to come off the bench to be the veteran guy off the bench, that might be something that might interest the Knicks. Like I said, also Serge Ibaka. Shout out to Eddie C. We were talking about that yesterday too, that we need a big man coming off the bench. So Serge Ibaka is 33 years old. He's only getting paid this year $1.8 million. Then he's a free agent. Same thing with George Hill, $4 million contract, free agent next year. But it's something. These are two players that we can use in the playoffs. Once they get on the roster and get implemented what we're doing, they'll help us in the playoffs. I'm not saying that they're going to make us win the championship, but at least they're going to keep us, keep our roster honest, and at least give us like a little bit of a blueprint and show us that okay, this is the type of play that we need to help the team going forward. That's what I'm thinking about. But I mean, guys like Jordan Noah, I really want that. I really would like to get that kid on this roster if we can. But the main person here that I mentioned here is this kid Sandro, man. This guy Sandro, please, like I said, please Google this kid. This kid is freaking he's a freak or whatever. I really don't know why they don't play him. But also to this other kid, Jordan Narwa. I know you guys recognize his face there. 6'8", 225. Can ball handle, shoot the three. Decent defense. He's only a third-year player, as you can see here. They utilized him a lot last year. For some reason, he's out of favor right now, so he's not really playing a lot this year. So I mean, and plus they need him too with Chris Middleton hurt, and as you can see, only started 3 games compared to 13 last year. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they're not really utilizing this kid, and he's a good player. His shooting percentage is around not all that great either, but I think he's worth a shot. If it's possible for us to pluck them off their roster. So anyway, I'll leave you guys with that, man. So we'll see what happens. I really want this team to get better. Hopefully, Leon Rose can do something about that, and we can go into the playoffs with pride. That we can actually fight a team, not necessarily beat them. We might get smacked in the first round. We might get swept, but I want to go out there and at least give our group a chance, give our group a fighting chance with reinforcements off the bench and things of that nature, man. Yeah, man. So we're family, man. Shout out to the Knicks. We believe in these guys so much. We spend a lot of time with them. But you guys too. I spend a lot of time with you guys, talking to you guys on the internet. Yeah, we definitely are family. Knicks Nation is a big family. For the most part, we got our degenerate cousins out there, that especially on Twitter or talking all that shit on Twitter, our degenerate cousins, but we all got love for everybody here, man. So Sandro's contract, let me see that. Sandro's contract, he's basically, I think I don't even know what his contract is. As you can see here, they have nothing there, but he's on their roster though. You know, Let me see what's going on with the G League. Trying to see if I can get him on the G League here. See, whenever I mess around with this on the website page, man, it's never easy to navigate. But I mean, it's something for you guys to Google. Maybe I'll bring them up on another podcast, and I mean we could talk about that a little bit more. Yeah, man. But I'm basically out of here, guys. Man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting always, man. And look at this guy, man. This guy's literally the freaking thorn on our side here, bro. Yeah, man. Hopefully we can get better, man. With Tom Thibodeau here and all these guys, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, we don't play the Knicks. Knicks don't play again until Tuesday, guys. So we got a couple dead days coming up. Monday, I'm probably gonna go on at some point. Probably I'm gonna try to keep it at 10 o'clock. We'll see. But I'll see you guys soon, man. This is your boy Eru. Four fingers to the forehead. But before we get out of here, I meant to say I got this blue hat here because the Brooklyn Nets, they wear the black and black and white. That's that black, all black, everything that Jay-Z brought over here with the Black Album and all that stuff when they first got to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But the core colors for Brooklyn is royal blue and white. Shout out to the Brooklyn Dodgers. So the Brooklyn Nets should have implemented the Brooklyn Dodgers colors with the blue and the white. That would have been perfect. Right now it would be kind of problematic because they do have a big crip problem in Brooklyn right now. But those are the colors that maybe gray and blue. Those colors might have been a better choice. For the Nets there, just to bring back the Brooklyn tradition of the Brooklyn Dodgers and stuff like that. But the black and white has no tradition when it comes to New York and when it comes to the Knicks. You want to talk about pinstripes? Maybe if they did pinstripes or something like that. But that just adds to the whole I hate Brooklyn bullshit, man. So I mean, those guys are like gentrified. They're a gentrified team. They really need to go back to Jersey and cut the bullshit. But it is what it is, man. So anyway, I'm out of here. It's your boy Eru. Four fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute. See you guys next time. I'm out of here. Peace.
Eru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell the trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team, man, he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City He asked me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer, that's gon'